Looking at the Big Ten standings, it looks like we're 0-0, so that's where we're starting. So, we have 3 seasons: non-conference, Big Ten, and then postseason. So, got to get off to a good start this week.
How's Lindsay?
I haven't talked to her today. So, Lainey will be in practice today. So, Lindsay, I think, is going to be in practice today. I've been having more discussions with the police and those other people.
How have those gone?
Good. I called the police department, Sergeant Volmer, and thanked him for all they're doing, and that we're just trying to make it aware, and he knows it's an issue, and so they're working on it. He said, "Have you got any ideas?" I said, "Yeah, let's get some semis and just block O Street. I guarantee I can go get a couple truckers right now. We'll have that thing shut down." So, but there was another big accident on 27th and Vine last night or night before, and anyway, it's got a lot of people have reached out. They feel the same way. So maybe something good will come out of this. And I know everybody's working on it, but so anyway.
How are you feeling? This is the first time you haven't had a midweek match since before the season started. Are you excited to get in the gym and spend off the time to have a couple hard practices?
Yeah, I feel like we have the last couple of weeks. Because that Stanford trip was tough, so it took us a couple of days just to get our legs back underneath us, and these midweek matches really mess you up. So you're just trying to maintain and survive, and now we'll have a chance to. I've been spending all day just working on us right now. How can we find a couple points better?
What are you honing in on this week?
What do you mean?
Like, what are some aspects that you're really looking at?
Well, that would be coaching 101. We need to do a coach's clinic. You need to get on video. But there's always little things you can tweak and adjust, and we do a self-study on us. Where are we weak? Where are we strong? Where can we get better? How can we improve that? And then we got a couple days to work on it. So we need our team to come in. The main focus is our team going to come in and work hard to get better.
In your first 4 matches, you hit .255, and then the last 4, you've been hitting .339. What do you attribute that to?
I have no idea.
And the competition's been harder, too, in the last 4.
Yeah, it's a good stat. I don't know. All I know is Kentucky hit .235 on us, and Stanford hit really well on us too. So I just know this. And I was talking to Coach Skinner about it. College volleyball has got a lot of parity. There's a lot of good teams. There's a lot of good players, and it's going to be very, very competitive season. And I think it's just going to continue to go that way in college volleyball.
Specifically in the Big Ten, how good is the league this year, John?
Wisconsin obviously is ranked number 1. They played a really tough schedule. Ohio State's played a really tough schedule. So, and some of these other teams I haven't really watched at all. But a lot of these teams return a lot of players from last year, and but it's Big Ten. It's just there's rivalries. You got to go on the road. There's, it's the challenge of, the travel, playing back-to-back some weekends. So, it's a 10-week grind. So I keep saying I think it's harder to win a Big Ten championship than a national championship because you got to grind over 10 weeks.
John, did these first 9 games kind of feel like you got your team ready for what they're about to go through in the Big Ten?
I think so. Yeah, I think so. We've only played back-to-back that first weekend, so that'll be an adjustment, even though this weekend we play Friday, Sunday. But that'll be the next big test as we go. I think the next week we're on the road for 2 matches back-to-back with travel. So that's one thing we haven't done yet.
After you came up with that 4-year deal with Stanford and Kentucky and Louisville, what's it like to see what that's become with TV and big crowds and kind of a big end of the non-conference season?
Yeah, I mean, we at the time we did it, I was just trying to get some matches against good teams, and so because we got dumped out of another one, so it's just nice to know every year you can plan on those matches, and then you can base your rest of your schedule based on what kind of team you have coming back and all that, how you want to build your schedule. Yeah, but it's turned out great. There's been great matches. They're all televised. You know, you got the tennis records, and you know, I think this is the first year we've won two matches of. Yeah, it's the first year we've won both our matches. I think Louisville's first year they haven't won both their matches. So, that's an accomplishment right there.
When you've got as many young players contributing in big ways as you do, does the Big Ten give you some challenges that you don't see even in like these competitive non-conference matches against Stanford and Kentucky? Like, is there something different about the Big Ten that they are going to be introduced to now?
I think the big thing will be the crowds on the road. There's some pretty, I mean, there's great crowds, but it's a little different what they're used to. And you know, we're trying to front load them on that, and we tried to front load that. I mean, Stanford really is not a Big Ten on the road match. Stanford's more like going to the country club. So again, they had a nice crowd. It's just not the same environment we're going to see at some of these other Big Ten schools. So I think that's the biggest thing, is handling that. And K-State, though, they did a great job. We're going to play in some gyms very similar to that. It's loud. The student section's great. You know, they got the band, all those things going, and that's going to be probably one of the biggest adjustments and challenges for us.
How much will you lean on that experience in Brazil in terms of handling hostile crowds like that?
I don't know. We you know, Brazil, we had a great match against a military team in a Cracker Box gym with all the military people there. It was super loud. You know, but these guys I think they kind of feed off of it, to be honest with you. I think they like, if you're a competitor, you like it.
John, you get the sense that fans are really falling in love with this team. There are so many new hearts and just the way that they play. You get the impression that your crowd really loves these girls.
Yeah. Hey, here's my baseline for all the questions like that. I just go to Hy-Vee on O Street, and I know how people feel about Nebraska volleyball just walking through that Hy-Vee and the checkout people, because they tell me everything. And it's I almost feel like it's a therapy session going in there, for them and for me. But I can't go 10 feet without somebody talking about Nebraska volleyball. So that tells me kind of how the pulse on this team and how people feel. And again, the stadium match, though, that threw everything out of whack. I mean, people are still talking about that. I mean, people, hey, I was there, coach. Great match, great night. I mean, they're still doing that.
But you've always had fans
Yeah.
stop and talk to you.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
How much more has it increased this year?
Yeah, when I went there, what's today? I think I went there Monday morning, and it was high level.
Final questions?
John, have you had a chance to watch back that minute-plus-long rally?
Yeah, I watched it. Somebody, I don't know who did it, but did the timer and the 2 camera angles. That's awesome. But yeah, it was. Yeah, we got to run more sprints. That's what I told the players. Don't be falling down after a rally like that, or we got to run more sprints.
All right.
So, okay, thanks, guys.